This new phone.
Hey, what?
My new phone.
Oh.
I swear.
Fighting it.
Like I got walked out of, I didn't know that if I got a new phone, I had to get a whole new security system with the state. I spent 4 hours this morning trying to figure out how to get Okta to work.
Technology is great when it isn't until it isn't.
There's so many things now. So
Yeah.
Authenticator and Okta and I keep calling it Okra.
Like when they moved to the the two type
Oh, yeah.
authentication, I was like,
Oh, yeah.
just what I need.
Yeah.
Like the one wasn't.
It took all my passwords.
Take my husband's profile. He just recently went and traded in his flip phone. So literally,
Like a flip phone, because then this one wouldn't call everybody.
no, it doesn't call anybody.
That's funny.
Oh,
Very light.
I have an old check out there, Andrea.
I'm sorry, what?
I have an old check out there.
Yes, you do.
You can give it to me.
So your check has gotten charged back to us and cost $40. Or, and it's too long. You can't do anything about it.
taking your money.
So I just need to find out.
Well,
I don't.
March.
Yeah, if you don't have it, you don't have it.
I do keep them.
Good to see
Oh,
you.
my slush fund,
Oh, so maybe.
but usually I usually cash them within a month or two. Nice to see you.
I George,
I
how
have
are you?
this one. But this is, I deposited a bunch of them, so let me check my bank and see what the.
Yeah, that's coming straight from paycheck.
Yeah,
We're clear.
Okay, because
That's
I
what we write him through his
I
paycheck.
swear I auto deposited, deposited all of them.
So if it didn't, they're already charging it back to us, so they're gonna give us a credit minus $40.
Okay, well.
Okay. And then I just need to know
The rest, how.
I don't think I can. I think I've got to
No, this is August.
We need the $40.
yeah.
Well, I've been waiting since March for my expense account in Sac County, so.
Oh, I'm like, from us,
My whopping $79 that it continues. My last email was today saying, oh. The Walking Dead expense account finally resurfaced again. So yeah, let me check I've got them. I'll go look.
okay, yeah, if you can just let me know.
Are you our operator tonight?
I know they asked me to do.
Yeah, so I don't know how to get that up there. The actual
This screen?
of us moving around. I'm supposed to share. but it's,
Is Mr. Rhodes not joining us tonight?
No idea. I do not know.
Yeah, we'll talk about
Hmm.
it.
I am.
Well, hello there. How are you?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Training coming up. So I did.
Oh, I just spent 2 hours in my training. Sexual harassment training.
I know,
Yeah.
I just got this thing. Oh, we've signed up.
Yeah.
10 classes.
Ethics too? They're
No.
both like 3 hours
Weird.
class. And there's gotta be 2 hours, like.
No, they got married.
So that's
I
probably
was like, this is wrong. I've already done this. As soon as I
3 years, I think.
two. Well, I have to do it every 2 at the county.
I'm just saying. I gotta do every year.
I have to do it every 6 months.
I just did it.
You're an asshole, is that what you said?
I'm gonna have to touch on it.
They've been together. Yeah. it was-
Who's this? Sorry.
That was good. I liked it.
I appreciate that kind of humor.
It's warm in here.
Must be having a quick meeting, huh? No waffling.
We got quite a few people here. Did you see that the memorial bench got vandalized?
Which one? One.
What do you think? One in the park.
I know, so it doesn't.
Right.
Camera up over there yet?
Don't get me started. It's I asked for it.
reliving Mr. Quinn.
and it got put in another place.
Yeah.
Of which
Got y'all haired up again, did it?
I clearly didn't start anything.
I was in the other room reading the agenda, something cool in there.
We're gonna be here all night. Might want them to bring hot dogs to us.
Yeah,
I know, cause one of
gotta go to bed.
I get it. So it's like.
In Edgebrook,
It's a national.
yeah,
National event.
yeah. National Night Out is,
Oh, they're rescheduled right now.
yeah,
How close are we,
yeah, because we didn't want it to be so hot.
Andrea? How close are we?
It is 103.
This is a minute.
Yeah.
Yes, 2 minutes? Sorry, my.
We scheduled our picnic to October, thinking it
Well,
would be
it's-
so hot because
We're
like
looking
110
at
last
the,
year.
okay,
And it's tomorrow, so it's gonna be 105 or 104.
I'm not gonna get all these done.
I'm in here.
Super hot. Oh, it was blistering. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that.
Give me a 30-second warning, okay? Andrea, can you give me a 30-second warning? Well, it's 5:59, so let's see.
Yeah, I finished. I did it. I got something accomplished today.
How we know?
What?
Six.
What? It's, I like how she does that. Hey, thanks. Like to bring the city of Ione, or wait a minute, are you ready? Oh, okay, thanks. City of Ione regular meeting of October 1st, 2024 to order. Are you going to do roll call?
Sure.
Do you know our names?
Well, we have name tags just in case.
Councilmember Mitchell,
Here.
Councilmember Atlan,
Here.
Vice Mayor Ratten,
Here.
Mayor Fane.
Here, you've had a long day.
Yes, I have. I opened this. meeting.
Okay.
Rhodes is absent.
Rose is
Yeah,
absent.
Mr. Councilman Rhodes said he was sick, so he's not gonna be able to make it.
So we have item B, closed session. I would like to move those to the end of the meeting. The first is conference with real property negotiators, 1000 Castle Oaks Drive, and the second is public employee performance evaluation.
Second that.
Can I,
Well,
all in favor?
I,
Make the motion, but, well,
you kind of did.
I know, but you
Okay.
seconded it.
I'll make the motion to move
I'll second.
B to the end of the meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
I.
Okay,
There we go.
there we go.
There you go.
I'm not quite sure what Dan's doing. Oh, Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, Dan.
Pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, item D is going to go to the end. Can I get an approval of the agenda?
Make a motion to approve the agenda?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
We have no presentations or announcements, so we will open it up to public comment for any item not listed on the agenda. Anyone on Zoom? No hands?
No hands.
No hands. Okay, we're going to close public comment. Information items, we have none. Move on to the consent calendar.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent calendar?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Regular agenda. First item up, number one, Caltrans update on roadway maintenance projects on State Routes 104 and 124.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, council members. Council previously requested an update on the work being performed out on Main Street. Attached in your binder, you will find the most recent press release from Caltrans regarding when corrective work will commence. The work is tentatively scheduled to commence October 9th at 8 p.m. and continue all day until Thursday, October 10th until 8 p.m. Once completed, they will perform all of the necessary and remaining striping. So that's the latest update from Mr. Presto.
Okay, we'll open it up to public comment and then we'll come back to council. Anyone, public comment on the Caltrans road maintenance? No? Okay, council discussion, clarification questions? I knew you had some updates.
This was the update. They actually changed it. It was
Changed the
supposed to be
date.
last week or this week, and they've moved it to next week.
Okay,
But I would like to thank the gentleman from Caltrans for getting back to us timely
Yes, ma'am.
and efficiently, I might add.
yeah, was it Tony Traverso or Tony Presto?
Presto.
Presto, okay. All right, well, we don't have any action on that. It's just an update. So item number 2 is update on planning contract with Susan Peters, recommendation, update and action on city planner services.
Yes, Mayor, I was requested by council to bring the subject of our present city planner to the council for discussion and or possible action. Outlined in the staff report, you will find listed the total amounts that we have paid to the city planner since 11/28/23. The staff report will also reflect the projects she is currently working on. The options available to the city are to direct staff to memorialize a new contract or develop an RFP for city planning services. And this is up for discussion and or action.
Okay,
And Susan Peters is here just in case you have any questions.
still trying to get past the POA. Is there any clarifying questions from council?
Just wanted, is this number current, the 13,000? Yeah.
It actually, it says July through June. Is that a typo?
July, that's the 5th July of last year through June 30th.
Oh, so it's a year's worth of billings?
Yes, I don't have the staff report in front of me.
It says July,
Yes, it's a year.
July through June 24.
It's a year and a half.
But then there are other bills that say September through November 2023. So are there two separate, are there,
2 separate fiscal years that have been billed out.
well, I understand that. But if this is the bottom one is July 2023 to June 2024, there are other invoices for September 2023.
There's no. There's no.
Do you see, is it making sense or?
Yeah, you're over.
Hmm?
Yeah, makes sense. You're overlap.
March.
That's the POA.
Invoices themselves are, should be.
It's at the very end. Actually.
March through 6/18.
Here's the September one.
December through.
This one's the February.
Looks like this is from September 23 to September 7th.
Yeah, so that first July is a typo.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
I just figured June was before July.
Yeah, so it starts through September 2023
Mhm.
and it goes through 2024.
It looks, so is it June 2024?
Yes,
Okay, so this is September 23 to June 24.
yes.
We haven't got any since June. Or there aren't any for July and August and September.
They're it actually goes through August of 2024.
Okay,
They're attached. If you look
Makes
at the last one. There's 3 bills, the bills are attached.
And so what's on front doesn't mention August at all.
What's on front?
The breakdown here that where the
That's the
typo
typo.
was.
That's the typo. It
So
should go
it
through
d-
August.
It should say June 24 to August 24,
July through August.
July through August, not June.
Correct, because the
Okay.
June was on the previous one before it,
got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
and they're attached, so you can see the detail.
Well,
The
just the
last-
description is,
Right, but I'm saying you can.
Yeah.
Look at the description and look at the bill, they'll match up to July to August.
Are there any outstanding invoices from September,
Not that we know of, no.
Susan?
I haven't submitted for September yet.
okay.
Okay, so there are.
So there are outstanding services.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Well, this came before because, one, we didn't have an executed contract. There was a contract that was signed by Susan. It was not signed by the city. And under the threshold of the authority of a city manager, anything under 15,000 doesn't require council approval. And now we are close. I'm not sure what the September bill is going to be, but we're close to the 15,000. This contract was supposed to have been signed in September 2023. I see that Susan signed it. And moving forward, we kind of felt we needed to readdress it. And that's where we are here today. So the question to council is, do we want to put out an RFP?
Are you gonna open it public or are we gonna
Yeah.
have discussion?
Well, does anybody have any clarifying questions before we open it up?
Nope.
Okay, we'll open it up to public comment. Anyone on Zoom, Andrea? No hands? Okay, we will close public comment. Well, we have been, I think we talked about this about 3 months ago, that the city needed to start following its own bidding and procurement policy, meaning RFPs. We had several incidences in 2023 where RFPs weren't put out. Individuals were just handpicked, and our bidding policy does require we submit or we put out an RFP for a competitive contract for the city. Taxpayers are entitled to the competitive bidding process, and so that's where we are at today.
So I am of the mindset with all of the additional work that's coming in, that we get a contract city planner on staff. In the interim, while we develop the RFP and get all of that information, I would like to look at extending Susan's contract and invite her to bid on the contract position as well, so that we aren't without a city planner. Right now, we're only $1,200 from the contract limit, so we need to address that, and we need to address our future planner.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think 15,000 or less for a year is good going. So definitely that's a lot less than the last planner we had that was in-house or, contract planner. But again, the city has to follow its own rules. We have these rules. and they just don't seem to be followed. Nobody here's fault, but we're just trying to tighten up on that. I agree that we should retain Susan in the interim and hopefully she will bid on the contract planning position. So I don't know if we need to have any discussion on, do we need a full in blown planner company like we had before, or is this, one person going to work for us with all the development coming down? That's just my only concern. I certainly do like the price that we paid this last year. So
No, I concur with your statements. I believe that, it is important that the city follow the protocol and so forth. But at the same time, in the best interest of all the different things going on at the same time, I think it is important to have that continuity. So I would, concur with your recommendations to retain Ms. Peters's, services. And then at the same time, develop an RFP to go out and invite her to participate in that RFP as well. So again, she's well known throughout the county. She's,
Okay, so we give direction to you to extend the contract.
Okay.
And put out an RFP.
Okay.
We should have a template for that.
We need to make a motion for that.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion that we extend the current city planner's contract and develop out an RFP. And please, and I would invite Susan to please participate in that process.
second,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Reports and communications from city attorney?
I'm sorry, Madam Mayor, nothing to report.
Reports and communications from city manager?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Just wanted to let you know that the construction of Perry Earl Basketball Court was approved by the Park and Rec Committee and will be brought to the full council at the next meeting. We're just trying to tie up some loose ends and so forth. Selena, as you all know, continues to do an excellent job in spearheading all of the parks and recreation activities. The softball league has been a big hit with residents, and our recent Music Under the Stars was well attended. Andrea, continues to do a great job assisting with the agenda of the Horse Arena Ad Hoc Committee that is doing some great things over there at the Horse Arena. She's also helping and assisting with Kirsten and Jane with all of the accounting functions. We have hired a new finance manager, which I will be bringing to the council in the very near future. Chief Alfred, Chief Mackey, Debbie Mackey, all the public works associates, they continue to handle all the daily activities of the city. And I want to take a moment to thank all of them. They work tirelessly to make the city function, and hopefully we'll have some really positive announcement in the very near future. Finally, closing out with some really good news is that the month of September, the city received $47,527 in interest income only. And since April 1st has generated $244,537 in interest income. So that is helping the city coffers quite a bit.
Always excellent news.
That's it. Thank you.
When is the finance manager starting?
October 14th. And what he's doing that first 4 days is we are sending him to Cassell training in Salt Lake with Andrew Bonham. Because so much of everything happens in City Hall has to do with that Cassell program. So instead of him trying to get acclimated and then go to Cassell, we'll try to get that out of the way. And I think you'll be very, very pleased with this gentleman. He's very process oriented and protocol oriented and a very, very focused person. And I think he will serve the city well. And obviously, my comments to him were the audits were at the top of the list. Okay, so I think he understands, and I think he'll serve the city well.
Thank you, George. Council comments, committee reports, future agenda items.
which end do you
Would
start?
you starting at?
Sorry. Start on my end. Start on my end because someone's jumping at the bit there.
Oh, okay.
So I'll first of all, I attend Parks and Rec, but I think the chair is here. so he can let you know what happened at Parks and Rec instead of me waffling on. Last week, I want to thank the fire department for taking care of the weeds on Lot A, or whoever did it. I think it was the fire department. So thank you to the fire department. And I got some phone calls from the homeowners and they were very happy. But that is something that is something that should be done. And I'd like to see that LLMD contract go out of bid again because it was part of that. I think I've said that before. The other thing is the audit. I'd really like to get caught up on the audits as soon as possible. If we have to hire in some extra help when the new finance person starts, maybe we can, get caught up to within a year instead of being 3 years behind. And that's it. With that, I'll turn my parks report over to Chairman Traxler. Is that what you were standing for?
I'll wait for anybody else that.
Oh, okay.
No, no,
No, go ahead.
You can go along with Dominic.
Okay. Good evening, council. Thank you for allowing me to be here tonight. I want to apologize for not being here before, and I took the mayor's advice, and I will be coming to your meetings and giving updates on Parks and Rec periodically as I possibly can. On September the 18th, I'm sure you are aware that there was a ad hoc committee meeting over at Howard Park at the arena, which was well attended by the committee, and you have approved that committee. A couple of things that were done there is that we had their discussion was on future maintenance that needed to be in the park and the arena, also the tractor repair and teaching someone who was going to be possibly the person that's going to work at the arena, whether they could get trained on that tractor. Also improvements for drainage, and also the need for the biggest topic was the traffic flow. That arena has a tremendous amount of traffic flow on Saturdays and on days when there's activities in the fields as far as soccer and baseball. And the discussion mainly was on how to stop it. And one of the ideas was to divert the traffic when it enters that gate going into the arena up to the new parking lot that will be available, plus up to Evelyn Bishop Hall, and not allow anyone to go in that backside at all during those events. There was also discussion about whether or not there should be a charge to go into that park during events. And that was also a discussion bit. The idea of an area manager came up quite a lot. They're going to present, I guess, to you, and they already have a proposal about who they would like an RFP on the duties of that manager. I've also presented to the city manager a report that I pulled up on the difference between an independent contractor and an employee. There are some new laws that the state of California has come out on, and those need to be observed as far as if the committee is in the process of getting direction to that person and overseeing their work, then that person will be an employee as far as the state of California is concerned. That was all done on September 18th. I have a whole list of what we did that night. If you'd like a copy of it, I'd be glad to give you that. The next meeting was on September the 24th. During that time, we talked about my favorite topic, which is pickleball. Eventually, we will get that done over on one of those, hopefully on one of those tennis courts over at the park. One will be a tennis court, won't be a tennis court, and pickleball, 4 pickleball courts. Also, we talked about the basketball court, which you've just received a report on that about going in over at Perry Earl Park. We also talked about the existing agreement with MLOISL, which is still in a negotiating type of procedure right now. That was pretty much the meeting on that date. On September, the following date, but September 27th, I guess it was. We talked about the renewal of the agreement with the 4-H, renewal of the agreement with the Mother Lode Youth Soccer, renewal of the agreement with Amador County Little League, approval of the purchase of an arena groomer, which has gone through. Approval of an on-site area manager, approval of new parking lot at Howard Park donated. Our agenda said Rotary, but I don't think the Rotary has donated anything. As a matter of fact, the Rotary, I think, is looking for another project, and I pushed pickleball with them, so we'll see what happens. So pretty much that's what's going on with Parks and Rec. We have a new member on our committee. That person actually is here tonight. And we will be giving you reports as you have your meetings. I'll be up here giving reports to end. Hopefully, I can attend every meeting. Yesterday was my birthday, so I'm glad it wasn't yesterday. Thank you very much.
Happy
Any
birthday,
questions?
Dan. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Just a heads up, that committee did meet last night over across the street at Main Street TAC. And
Good.
that's interesting news that you brought up about if the committee is going to oversee the contractor.
Well, we would need the city attorney. I think the city attorney needs to
The
weigh in
city
on
manager
that.
has that
Well,
information. I provided to
absolutely.
him.
This is way before we get to you.
Yeah.
But they're working on it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty, as a tax guy, I'm concerned about that because I deal with this on a daily basis with some of my clients, hiring independent contractors, and they're not independent contractors. They are
Yeah.
employees.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dan.
Very much.
It was very nice having you here.
Dan, you might want to stay there for a minute because I have a question that you might be able to answer. There used to be fencing around the park on the Wildflower side, and it is no longer there. Do you know why?
I do. But I'll
Well,
let you go.
I don't know why it's not there. I don't know. I think it was removed at the time when they were laying down those road particles, when they're bringing trucks over there on that side. The problem we're having over there, and I know that there's going to be the foothill is going to be relined so that people don't park on that street. We had that discussion also. And because the residents over there don't like it when people are parked there, plus the fact that not only do they park there, they drive over the curb to get inside of the park. And not only that, they're also driving by the new memorial. There's a road that's been cut by 4-wheel drives over there now. So we're working, the committee is working on trying to present a plan to cut out the parking inside the park completely. And my idea would be, there's a lot of people, there's an ADA compliance issue is going to come about, and then we can put golf carts over there on team days and drive those people from the parking lot over there and drop them off over
That's a
the
good
hill.
idea.
You know, that would be some volunteers. So,
Okay, so at this point.
But I don't know why the fence is
Why
down,
it came down, because we did get apparently what is it? Air quality.
Yeah.
Came out because we have a abundance of dust and particles in the air. And with people jumping the curb and driving down those unpaved and unsanctioned roads.
was that just recently that you got that?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. So I would like, as one of my next agenda items, would like to know where the fencing is, why it was taken down, and if it can go back up. As one of the mitigation methods for our response to air quality.
I did
That
have
would
a-
take that would remove people from driving down there and parking in the, willy-nilly, and certainly driving past the memorial bench area.
But we also need to keep them from going into the beer garden area and going in that fence also.
Mhm.
That fence should not be open.
Yeah,
I did meet with Chief Mackey and Chief Alred on some solutions to that. We're also getting a quote on putting that fencing back into place,
Okay.
just as a backdrop.
right.
It's always better to have more information than not. So I'm
Yes.
getting a price on.
And not to correct you, but I'm going to correct you.
Go ahead.
We don't answer to the Air Quality Control Board. I had a conversation with them Friday, I believe. And they are stepping in basically because one of those complaints went to the EPA.
We do answer to them.
We answered to the EPA. So they sort of stepped in to put some parameters around us and
Encourage
hopefully,
us.
Yes.
yes,
So again, she was very nice. And so again, we're coming up with some solutions and we should have some options
yeah.
for you in the very near future.
Well, and it'll also help with the parking on Foothill, because if you can't get through, if they can't walk through, they're not going to park there. So it would,
It's just.
It
it's a
would
little bit
take
more
care of a lot
walking.
of
There's a
ills.
lot of parking. They just might have to walk a little bit.
right, which, isn't that what you do at a park? Isn't that
Nothing
what
like
park is
getting more
for?
steps.
You're
There you
right.
go.
Get your
But a lot
steps
of the
in.
dust is not coming from that side of the park.
Oh, it's coming from.
No.
Because
it's
it's
coming-
gravelled and there's road base on it.
Right.
It's coming from the gal who likes to spin donuts in front of BB Hall. I've got a picture of her. A black and gray Scion. And she was doing it repeatedly. And then when soccer is leaving, they go through the arena side, which is not gravelled.
For a temporary solution, I did speak to Mr. Whitlock today, and he said they do have a water truck. So they will be putting a water truck.
We have a water truck too.
I think they got one though. So,
Yeah, we have one right out there.
but to mitigate it,
That
to help
could be used.
immediately, he said he would start doing that.
Okay.
One,
you,
one final thing I forgot to mention, on the tenth, Parks and Rec will be meeting again with a workshop with soccer and with baseball. And
Good.
we're trying to work out the contracts and see what's going to happen next year as far as whether the fees are going up or what the case might be. Okay? So,
Great.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We already passed public comment. Sorry.
Okay, that's all I have.
All right, Jack.
Attended the tourism meeting, meets the third Thursday each month. They do have some radio, television, and marketing co-op opportunities they've been working on and bringing businesses together. They're attending many conventions, working on their visitor map, which I told them to reach out to our city manager to see if we need to put more input into our portion of that map. They've got a burger trail, which got my attention for tourism going. That's very nice. And there's some great folks on there, but you're all encouraged to attend that. And would like to thank the community and other members of the board that attended the Corey Shearer Memorial Bench dedication. Was very nice and very moving. So I appreciate that. That's all I got.
Thank you. I'm not gonna keep going on the air quality out there. But I did get news that the Owens bench was vandalized on Saturday. I got an email from Dusty. She had gone out there to plant some more flowers, and it was pretty disturbing for her to see it. So she reached out, and I noticed that some members of the community have offered to get a camera. I don't know what kind of camera they're called.
Jane camera.
The game cameras.
Game camera. I don't know how that'll work since there's no internet connection out there. I used to have to hardwire the camera at the barn. But I was hoping maybe we could roll our mobile camera over there. I mean, we've got that big fancy camera and it's all the way across the other side of the park.
May have to look to see if we could get a second camera.
Expensive.
I don't know if it was that expensive compared to what you're doing in the repairs for vandalism. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, you're fine. I mean, it's
It's just a thought. I mean,
a thought.
we could look at what we've spent in
because it's a
repairing
big
vandalism
park.
and what it takes to get a camera. Might add
Yeah.
that.
And there's just a lot of activity right there in that picnic area. I would think that that's one of the better places to put that camera.
Yeah, during Saturday and Sunday, there's a lot of activity over there.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'd like to see the ACTC Regional Transit back on the agenda. We've already approved it last year in 2023. They just recently had a meeting. I don't think anybody attended. But I want to make sure that that went up the chain. Other than that, I don't have anything else. So we are going to adjourn to closed session. I'll take public comment on those items. Did I already ask for that?
There you go.
I got it right here.
Oh, you got it. All right.
The first item is closed session conference with real property negotiators, 1000 Castle Oaks Drive. George Lee, City Manager, Han Family Foundation. Is there any public comment on that item before we go into closed session? No. And the other is public employee performance evaluation. Any public comment on that item? No. Okay, I'll close public comment. We are going to adjourn to closed session. Oh, that's all
On the
right.
printer. Printed them.
Do you know how many emails I typed today and didn't send?
Everything's gone. Probably as many as I did. It's first of the month.
No, we're gonna send out an order.
We'll be back in. I'll do what I'm doing by then.
Good.
Like to call the City of Ione regular meeting of Tuesday, October
thank you.
1st
Sure.
back to order. No action was taken in closed session. Direction was given. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.